Stayed through the silence. The silence came in slowly, not all at once, not loud. It crept into the spaces where voices used to crowd. At first it felt like absence, like something had been lost, like life had closed its doors on me and left me with the cost. But I didn't run from quiet, I didn't feel the air. I stayed right where the sound had been and learned to sit there. I stayed through the silence when nothing spoke my name, when days had no direction and nights felt all the same. The quiet showed me everything I tried so hard to hide. The fears, the doubts, the broken parts I carried deep inside. There was no noise to save me, no distraction to lean on, just me and all the truth I was when everything was gone. I stayed through the silence, and slowly something changed. What once felt empty started to feel like open space. I learned the quiet seeps inside and reshapes how you see. It strips away the urgency and leaves you with what's real in me. The mind calms down when no one speaks. The heart begins to heal. I found my footing in the steel when nothing else was near. I stayed through the silence when running felt so near. I learned that staying still is brave when escape appears. The world will turn with sound one day, with questions and demand. But I walk back into the noise with calm inside my hand, because silence gave me something no crowd could ever give. It taught me how to stay with life and still live. I stay through the silence, and I'm not afraid of it now. I know it's just a season, not a vow. The quiet is no longer empty, it's where I return when the world feels heavy again and lessons burn. So if you're standing in the quiet and it feels too wide to face, stay. The silence is not the end, it's where you find your place. I stay through the silence that's how I grew. The man I am was shaped by days that no one knew. There was a time I thought stopping meant I had lost the way, that if I slowed my breathing down, I would begin to fade. I ran until my legs were empty, until my chest burned dry. I thought endurance meant no pause, and strength meant never why. But the body speaks in quiet ways when the mind won't hear, and mind began to teach me truths I'd avoided for years. I learned to rest without quitting, to pause without retreat, to sit inside the moment still and not admit defeat. I learned that rest is not surrender, it's sharpening the blade, it's listening to what remains before the strength decays. The nights I slept without guilt, the days I moved with care, I felt my power return again from being aware. I learned to rest without quitting, and that changed my pace. I stopped confusing exhaustion with keeping my place. The world still tried to rush me on, to push me, test my spine, but I learned to trust my timing, and the line was mine. I stopped breaking myself in half to prove that I was strong. I learned that staying whole is more than lasting long. I learned to rest without quitting, and now I understand that discipline is knowing when to open your hand. I watch men burn to prove their worth and disappear in strain. I chose to step back, breathe again, and return with gain. Rest gave me clarity, it gave me depth and sight. It taught me how to move again without a fight. I learned to rest without quitting, and I carry that now. The calm that lives inside my chest shows me how. Now when the pressure builds again, I don't run or freeze. I rest, I listen, I return with ease. So if you're tired in the middle of something worth your time, remember this, rest is not the end, it's part of the climb. Learn to rest without quitting, and that's how I remain. Not slower, not weaker, but steady in the strain.
I spent years moving too fast, like something was behind me. Every road was an escape, every turn was hurry. Didn't look back, didn't slow, didn't ask what I felt. I stayed ahead of the silence by being someone else. But the legs grow tired of fleeing, and the heart gets tired too. And one day I reach the end of speed with nothing left to do. That was the day I stopped running, not because the fear was gone, but because I finally saw where I belong. I turned around and faced the weight I carried all this time. I let the past catch up with me and cross the line. The ground felt strange beneath my feet, so still, so wide, so bare. But staying showed me something new that running never shared. That was the day I stopped running and learned to stand my ground. I heard my breath for the first time without the sound. The memories came in steady waves, not sharp, not wild, just real. I didn't drown, I didn't fight, I let myself feel. I realized escape was fear disguised as motion fast, and peace was never found ahead, it waited in the past. That was the day I stopped running and nothing broke apart. Oh, I didn't lose myself that day, I found my heart. The road didn't disappear, it simply changed its shape. From endless miles of fleeing to one deliberate step. Now when the world gets loud again and pressure starts to rise, I remember how it felt to stay and hold my eyes. That was the day I stopped running and I've never gone back, because staying taught me something that speed always lacked. So if you're tired of the chase of always moving on, try standing still one moment and see what's gone. The day I stopped running was the day I became not faster, not lighter, but steady and the same. But I learned to live with the scar. At first I tried to hide it, like it wasn't really there. I covered it with silence, with pretending I didn't care. I thought healing meant erasing every mark I could see, but time kept showing me the truth, that it would live with me. So I stopped fighting the reminder, stopped wishing it away, and
learned to walk beside it day after day.
I learned to live with the scar, not as a sign of defeat, but as proof I made it through
and stayed on my feet. It doesn't ache the way it used to. It doesn't burn at night. It just rests beneath my skin now, a line of quiet light.
I used to measure every step, afraid it would reopen, but scars don't break you twice. Once the wound is spoken, I learned to live with the scar and stop calling it pain. It became a part of my story that didn't need explaining. I've seen men
try to cut theirs out like it never belonged. They bleed again and call it fate, but they've been wrong. I chose a steadier path to carry what I earned, to let the scar remind me of everything I learned.
I learned to live with the scar, and that changed my pace. I stopped running from the past
and face my fate. The scar taught me patience. It taught me how to wait. It showed me that healing isn't clean or perfectly straight. It sits with me in silence when the nights grow long, not as a wound, not as a threat, but as a song. I learned to live with the scar, and it taught me this truth, that strength is not forgetting but moving through. Now when I see it in the mirror, I don't look away. I nod to the version of me who stays. So if you're carrying a mark you wish would disappear, remember this: scars are not the end, they're proof you're here. I learned to live with the scar, and now I understand some things don't need to be fixed to be part of the man. It sat on my shoulder without warning, day after day, year after year. A pressure I couldn't set down, a presence always near. I felt it in my breath and bones, in every step I made. The kind of weight that doesn't scream, but slowly makes you fade. I thought I'd fall beneath it all. I thought I'd lose my line, but something in me learned to stand and hold its spine. The weight didn't bend me, it taught me how to stay. It showed me how to carry more without giving way. asking life for mercy and change the way I look. The Lord became my teacher, the strain became my guide. It showed me which parts of me were strong inside. The way it didn't bend me, it shaped my frame. It carved a steadier posture and gave me name. I've seen men collapse under lead because they fought the ground. They tried to throw the burden off and lost what they found. I learned to carry with awareness, not with pride or rage. I learned that pressure handled well becomes a stage. The way it didn't bend me, it slowed my pace. It taught me how to keep my form in every place. The nights were long, the days were thin, but I held the line. I learned that endurance is a craft refined with time. Now when the pressure returns again, it doesn't scare my breath. I know how much I can carry and where I rest. The weight still sits upon my back, but it sits correct. It doesn't own my movement now or change my direction. I walk with calm beneath the load, with purpose in my frame. Cause the weight that tried to break me strengthened me the same. The weight didn't bend me, and that's my quiet truth. Not because it was light, but because I grew. So if you're carrying something heavy and you feel out of place, remember this: weight reveals your strongest base. The weight didn't bend me, it made me stand. And everything I carry now, I carry as a man. I'm still walking slowly. I don't move like I used to. I don't rush the ground. I've learned that speaking loud to you in silence tells you how. The world keeps pushing forward, asking me to run, but I've already learned my lesson from what speed is done. I'm still walking slowly, one step at a time. I don't need to outrun the past, I just need to stay in line. I've seen men burn their strength away, trying to arrive. They chase the next bright moment and forget to stay alive. I chose a different rhythm, one my body understands, where each step is placed with purpose and my feet still touch the land. I'm still walking slowly. Not because I'm weak,
but because I know the value of the ground beneath my feet. The road is long, the days are wide, the night still tests my breath. But I've learned that slow movement is how you outrun regret.
I don't measure progress in miles or how fast I can go. I measure it in quiet days where I didn't let go. I'm still walking slowly, and I'm still moving on. The man I'm becoming now was built when I stayed strong.
The past still whispers sometimes with voices I once knew, but I don't turn around
Anymore, I keep my view. I walk with weight, I walk with calm, with patience in my chest. Because the slowest steps I take are the ones that last the best. I'm still walking slowly, and that's how I remain. Not untouched by the weather, but trained by the rain. Yeah.
I've learned that forward doesn't mean fast, and strength doesn't mean loud. Sometimes it means
showing up again without a crowd. So if you're tired of racing time or feeling left behind, remember this: slow steps forward still move the line. I'm still walking slowly, and I'm still on my way.
I don't need to see the end to choose today. I wake, I breathe, I place my foot,
and I move again.
That's how I survive the hardest road,
and that's how I'll reach the end. I'm still walking slowly, and that's more than enough. But staying in motion quietly is the deepest kind of tough.
I stayed when no one saw. The room was empty of witnesses. The lights were barely on. No one knew the war I fought after everyone was gone. The world moved on without a pause. The noise forgot my name, but I was still inside the fire, learning how to stay. I stayed when no one saw, when no one cared to look. I held the line in silent hours and rewrote what they took. The nights were long, the walls were thin, the doubt was closing loud, but I refused to leave my post or bend to being proud. I watched the door, I felt the pull of easier ways to go, but something deeper kept me here and told me no. I stayed when no one saw. When applause didn't exist, I learned that strength is staying still. When quitting feels like rest, the pain was slow, it wasn't sharp, it settled in my bones. The kind of hurt that doesn't scream but never leaves you alone. I fixed what broke inside my chest with hands that shook at night. No one clapped, no one knew, but I was still in the fight. I stayed when no one saw. When giving up was near, I chose to breathe another day instead of disappear. I carried days I couldn't share, I carried weight I earned. I burned the versions of myself that never learned. The silence didn't praise me, it didn't say I won, but it watched me become someone who could not be undone. I stayed when no one saw, and that's where I was built. Not in the moments people cheer, but in the quiet guilt. Now when I walk with steady steps and calm behind my eyes, it's not because life spared me, it's because I survived. So if you stand where no one sees and think you've been ignored, remember this: the strongest men are shaped when unrecorded. I stayed when no one saw, and that's my quiet vow. I didn't need the world to notice, I only needed now.
I fixed myself in dark. There was no light to guide my hands, no voice to tell me how, just broken parts and quiet nights, and the need to start somehow. I didn't have a map for this, no promise it would work. I only knew I couldn't stay the way I was, the way I heard. So I stayed awake with my own thoughts when sleep refused to come. I sat with everything I broke until the work was done. I fixed myself in the dark when no one could pretend, where excuses had no shelter and honesty had no end.
I didn't rush the damage out, I didn't cover scars. I learned repair takes patience, not applause, not stars. The dark is where the truth lives, it doesn't flatter you. It shows you every weakness and waits to see what you'll do. I fixed myself in the dark with shaking hands and will. I didn't need to feel strong, I just needed to stay still.
Some nights I only managed breath, there had to be enough, 'cause healing doesn't always look like getting tough.
I faced the habits I ignored, the fears I dressed as fate. I stopped blaming the outside world and learned to sit and wait. I fixed myself in the dark, piece by careful piece. Not everything was saved, but the bleeding ceased. The quiet taught me what to keep and what to let decay. Some parts of me were never meant to make it through the day. Now when I stand beneath the sun and people see me whole, they don't see the hours spent alone with my own soul. They don't see the nights I chose to stay and not escape, to hold the mirror steady and accept my shape. I fixed myself in the dark, and I don't hide that fact.
myself in the dark, and that's where I learned the deepest healing doesn't shine. It's quiet, slow, and earned.
Riven through the ruins, heaven fell without warning. No sound, no final sign. One moment standing on solid ground, the next buried in time. Walls I trusted turned to dust, names faded from my side. I stood alone inside the wreck with nowhere left to hide. The air was thick with broken days, with echoes of before. I didn't know which way was out, or what I was still for. So I stayed and I breathed through the ruins of my life, one breath at a time, one step at a time, through the dust and the night. Breathing through the ruins, when the future disappeared, when hope was just a memory, and the past was all I feared. I learned to slow my heartbeat down, to make the moment small, because panic only steals the ground when everything must fall. The silence pressed against my ears, the dark pressed on my skin, but every breath I chose to take was proof I hadn't given in. Breathing through the ruins, not strong, not brave, just here. Sometimes survival is nothing more than staying clear. I didn't rebuild all at once, I didn't see the plan. I just cleared space inside the mess with these two hands. I moved the stones of yesterday, I let the dust remain. Some things don't need repairing to stop the pain. Breathing through the ruins taught me how to stand, not on what was lost or broken, but on what still can. Now when I look around this place, I see more than collapse. I see the shape of something new between the cracks. The ruins didn't end my life, they changed the way I see. They stripped away what wasn't real and left me with me. Breathing through the ruins, I learned the quiet truth. You don't need a perfect world to move. So if you're standing in the dust with nothing left to prove, stay and breathe and trust this much, you're still here too. Breathing through the ruins, that's how I survive. Not by escaping what was gone,
but by staying alive.
Whoa. I don't tell my story. They ask me where I've been, like the road was something shared, like every scar I carry needs to be declared. They want the details, want the truth in sentences and sound, but some things lose their meaning when you pass them around. So I keep my history quiet, I let it rest in me. Not every battle needs a witness, not every memory. I don't tell my story, not because I'm ashamed, but because the weight I carry was earned our name. I live through nights that have no words, through loss that can't be told. I learned that pain explained too much, loses what it holds. The silence keeps it honest, the silence keeps it clean. What I survived is still alive in who I've been. I don't tell my story, I walk it every day. It's written in my posture, in the way I stay. I've seen men bleed their past aloud until it means no more. They trade their debt for sympathy and leave it at the door. I chose a different way to heal, a quieter design. I let the past become my strength without a single line. I don't tell my story because I don't need proof. The life I live is evidence, the rest is truth. When the nights come back around and memories get close, I sit with them in silence and let them go. I don't erase what happened then, I just don't give it voice. Some things are meant to stay inside as a conscious choice. I don't tell my story, but it speaks in my eyes, in the way I stand my ground when the world tries. So if you see me calm and still and wonder how I cope, know this, the strongest chapters are the ones you never wrote. I don't tell my story, and I never will, because what I survived in silence still keeps me still. Damage didn't win, it left its marks in silent ways, in places no one sees, the kind of damage time can make when you're down on your knees. I carry cracks beneath my skin,
carried weight in my breath. There were nights I felt so close to something like the end, but I kept waking up again. I kept my footing firm. The damage tested everything, but it couldn't make me turn. The damage didn't win. It tried again, but I'm still standing in the same ground I fell and rose from then. It bent my back, it stole my sleep, it blurred my sense of self, but it never took my will to live or emptied my shelf. I learned to walk with broken parts without letting them lead. I learned the art of moving on with a slower speed. The damage didn't win because I stayed aware. I didn't let the wounds inside the man I'd wear. I watched some people fade away from hits that weren't as deep. They gave the pain a permanent home and went to sleep. I chose a heart of honesty. I faced the mess I made. I sat with loss until it stopped and slowly it obeyed. The damage didn't win. It taught me how to stand. It showed me where I was still strong and where I could expand. The scars remain, but they don't rule, they don't decide my name. They're just reminders of the fights that ended in my frame. Now when the past comes back around and knocks without a sound, I don't open no doors anymore. I stay on solid ground. The damage didn't win, and that's my quiet truth. I'm not untouched, I'm not the same, but I'm still me, uncensored proof. I didn't need to shout my strength or turn my pain to show. I let survival speak for me in the way I go. The damage didn't win because I never left. I stayed inside the hardest days and saved what was still left.
I learned to endure in stillness. The world kept moving past my door, like I was out of frame. Voices rushed, the days ran fast, but I stayed the same. I had no strength to chase the noise, no fire left to prove. So I sat inside the silence and learned how not to move. At first the stillness hurt like truth, too sharp, too close, too real. It stripped me down to nothing and showed me what I feel. I learned to endure and still, to breathe and not escape, to let the storm burn through my chest without changing shape. The quiet pressed against my ribs like weight I couldn't drop. But I discovered something strange. It taught me when to stop. I stopped reacting to the pain. I stopped explaining why. I let the moments pass me through like clouds across the sky. I learned to endure and still, when movement felt like fear. I stayed with every broken thought until it disappeared. The mind grows loud when you don't run. It throws the past at you. But if you sit and do not flinch, it slowly tells the truth. I faced the things I tried to bury, the losses, the regret, and one by one they lost their grip when I refused to sweat. I learned to endure in stillness.
pain grew tired of my calm and finally went to sleep. I realize endurance isn't loud, it doesn't need a sign. It's choosing not to fall apart when time is unkind. The world thought I was standing still, but I was being trained in the discipline of staying whole while others ran from pain. I learned to endure in stillness, and that became my art. To hold the weight without collapsing, to keep a steady heart. Now when the chaos finds me again, I don't run or freeze. I return to that quiet place and drop to my knees. Not in defeat, but in control. Not to beg, but to stay, because stillness taught me how to live when nothing moved my way. I learned to endure in stillness, and now I understand. The strongest men are built inside when no one lends a hand.
They expected me to fold in half, to fade into the wall, to disappear without a sound when the pressure got too tall. They thought the weight I carry would finally make me bend. They waited for the moment when I'd stop trying to stand. But I stay breathing through the night, I stay moving through the days. Not loud, not proud, not asking why, just finding quiet ways. Surviving is my protest, not my words, not my fight. It's waking up and standing still in the hardest light. I don't raise signs, I don't scream, I don't need to be seen. I resist by staying whole in a world that breaks between. I've been tested in empty rooms where hope felt like a lie, where every breath was work and giving up felt kind. But I chose another minute, another step, another try, and that decision day by day is how I defy. Surviving is my protest against what tried to erase the quiet strength I carry now is carved into my face. I've seen men shout their pain aloud and vanish in the noise. I learned that staying alive is the strongest voice. No banners hang above my head, no praise follows my name, but every morning that I rise is proof I'm not the same. They wanted silence to defeat me, but silence became my ground. I learned how to stand inside it without breaking down. Surviving is my protest, it's the line I never cross. When the world demanded I disappear, I counted the cost. I carry damage, yes I do, but it didn't get to win. It taught me how to hold the door, and not let the dark in. I'm not here to impress anyone or prove that I'm strong. I'm here because I refuse to leave when everything went wrong. Survive
Surviving is my protest, and I make it every day by choosing life in small, hard ways that never fade. So if you're standing in the wreck, still breathing, still upright, know this, your survival too is a quiet kind of fight. Surviving is my protest, and I'll keep it that way. I don't need to shout my existence, I just stay.
I'm not finished, just quiet.
They think silence means the end, like the fire has gone out,
Like the absence of my voice means I'm full of doubt. They mistake my calm for weakness, my stillness for retreat, but they don't see the work being done beneath my feet. I stepped away from all the noise, not because I failed, but because the loudest growth happens when it's veiled. I'm not finished, just quiet, still shaping what I am, still building something solid with my own hands. I don't need to prove momentum with motion every day. Some things need time and darkness before they find their way. I've seen men burn their future fast, trying to be seen. They traded depth for attention and called it being free. I chose a slower evolution, one that doesn't shout, where progress happens in a word before it comes out. I'm not finished, just quiet, still sharpening my will, still learning how to hold my ground and stay still. The silence isn't empty, it's heavy with design. It's where I cut away the noise and keep what's mine. I'm working on the unseen parts, the ones no one will praise. I'm laying down foundations now for stronger days. I'm not finished, just quiet, and I won't explain, because the strongest forms of growth happen without a name. The world will ask me where I went, what happened to my flame. But when I speak, it won't be words, it'll be change. I don't rush the becoming, I trust the pace I chose, 'cause everything that lasts the longest grows slow. I'm not finished, just quiet, and that's how I know I'm still moving forward, even when I move slow. The silence holds my future like a seed in the ground. It doesn't look like much right now, but it's sound. So if you see me disappear from the places I once stood, no, I didn't quit the journey, I just understood. I'm not finished, just quiet, and one day you'll see the calm I carried all this time was building me. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.